Chapter 9, question 45. Line L passes through the points negative 44, positive 42, and negative 3194, while line M has this rule y equals x plus 3x. Which line is steeper? My first inclination is to go ahead and plot all these points and just compare the two lines visually. However, because of the fact that these values are pretty large, right? Negative 44 up to 42, that's going to be a large graph. So what I've decided to do is to go ahead and fall back on my definition of what slope is, and also to rely on the fact that if I have, for example, this function, I know what this slope of this line is, right? This has a slope of 3. So without even, really thinking about it, I can say the slope here is 3, right? What I'm multiplying x by is 3. If you feel happier, you can write this in the form y equals 3 times x plus 6, but it still has the same slope. That slope means that for every units I move up 3, every time I move 3 units up, I'm going to move 1 unit to the right. If I visualize that, I could have a point here, for example, and I would move up 1, 2, 3 points, and then I would move to the right 1. So this, if I connect these, right, this right here approximates the steepness of a line with a slope of 3. Well, I'm going to go ahead and look at that in terms of the other 2 points that I'm given and see if I can figure out what the slope of that line is without having to graph those points. This definition of the slope is it is definitely the change in the y value, right? You can see here how much y is changed divided by the change in the x value. How much did the x values change? Here I did y value change of 3 and an x value change of 1. Let's take that definition over to these points, and I'm going to go ahead and circle the y values in green, and this is going to go in my numerator, and I know that my y values have a change of, they start at positive 42 and go all the way up to 94. So the change in y is equivalent to 94, I don't know why I have a gray pen there, let me grab the green pen, 94 minus 42. And the change in my x values, actually let me color code this, that's the change in y, I just changed by that much in y, that's the numerator here for the other function. The change in my x values are, I'm starting at negative 44 and going all the way up to negative 31. Negative 44 all the way to negative 31. So I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to take the second value, the negative 31, and I'm going to subtract from that negative 44. That's this change right here, the change in my x value, which is the bottom value here. So when I do a bit of arithmetic, I get that the numerator is equal to 52, that's 94 minus 42, and my denominator is equal to 13. That particular fraction, I believe that's divisible. Yeah, 52 divided by 13 is equal to 4. So what I have here is this is equivalent to, and I'll write this color-coded again, in the numerator I've got a 4. For every 4 units I go up, my denominator will be, and that was red, it will be 1 unit. So let's visualize that next to the other one that I have. So again, I'm going to start down here at this point, and I'm going to move a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 units up, and then I'm going to move 1 unit to the right. Now, when I look at this line, there we go. This is again, it's equivalent to having a rise of 4 and a run that's 1. Whoops, I meant that to be red. And a run that's 1. So the question is, which one's steeper? Well, 4 over 1 is steeper, right? That has a larger slope. It's going up 4 units for every 1 unit that it goes over, as opposed to the line that they gave me, y equals 6 plus 3x. That goes up 3 units for every 1 unit it goes over. So my answer is that the one that goes through the 2 given points is steeper, and the reason why it's steeper is because it has a greater increase in y for each increase in x.